Hello?
What's up, Browns?
I go-
Doing the intro song here.
okay, yeah, I got a glimpse of it. A great song there. Priesthood, as we all know. I'm gonna get the Ark on here.
All right.
Was your internet acting up?
Oh no.
It does that a lot of times on our end over here. Couple times at nighttime when I try to do record some stuff on my OBS there, and it just fizzles out for some dumb reason there. So what I
Yeah.
had to so what I had to do was I had to restart, not really restart the computer, but it's been, I don't know what the fuck is up with it, but it pisses me off there, man.
Probably like an internet reset or something with towers, maybe.
And obviously, I'm not too sure myself, man, but still, it pisses me off that this
Yeah.
bullshit goes fucking on here. All right, all right. So let's we are ready to roll here. Here's Arknolia.
Start park. Park
Is
really that.
what's going on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I answered the phone. I heard somebody say, "Oh no," and I'm like, "What did I do?"
On it. No, it wasn't that. It was a simple. It was a
Oh, I
simple.
know.
Yeah, and it was a simple bullshit of the internet, fucking up over here. It's happened all around this area here, for I understand as well. All right, so, okay, we are back. It's Arknolia and the Doctor with the Great YR as well. This is episode 78 of our music memory series. We're
Me
still
and
on
Keith,
the.
we got the professional lighting now, guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Look
I
at
saw
this.
that. It was pretty cool, man. I like that.
Color if you want red. I actually ordered this one, but I ordered the same one Keith got again because he has more colors on. He has purple on there.
All right,
See if I
cool.
want to do like the green Manalishi.
All
You got
right.
green. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
speaking of which song was you playing from when I joined the
Oh, to
call
be
there?
wise.
Oh,
You got the old to
oh,
be
the
wise.
BOIs. Oh,
Yeah.
great song for them. Great song for them. Yeah. Ah, great.
Doctor, I'm here.
That's good. What's up, Keith?
So, Doctor,
I'm doing all right. Hey, why are you going to be busy later on tonight or after the show there? Because I'm thinking you and I should probably do a little discussion on the bullshit that went on with Scott, Tony, or Bullfrog there. Because I was listening earlier, Don, when you were like screaming at Bullfrog over his bullshit there.
Yeah,
And I know.
me. Well, Keith has some stuff. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a little drama thing because Keith has some stuff too with Bullfrog.
Hmm.
Um, and me and Keith, we talked about we made a plan, bro.
Yeah.
I'm working with Bullfrog in the future. I mean, we don't have to get to it now, but if I get angry, like you brought up me getting angry. Every time I get angry, I'm
Yeah.
gonna walk away. Keith's gonna take control. He's gonna calm down, whatever. So I
Yeah.
told
I
Keith,
understand
you
there.
know. I can't be getting angry. I mean, this, especially with the, the spectrum and all that stuff. Or
Yeah,
all, you know what I'm
that's true
saying?
there. Yeah. I'm
Let's
just, I,
do some
s-
music. Let's dive into some music tonight.
yeah, right. We're just, as you mentioned, we're still doing our prog
Yeah,
rock
let's do
list.
that. After
Yeah.
the show, me and Brown, we'll do that. We'll do the drama
Gotcha. Right there.
program.
All right there. All right. So, we're on the S's, I believe we are on.
Starting the S's.
Yes, that's we are. Now, we're continuing our prog rock artists and bands list up here. And of course, as I mentioned, we're starting at the S's here. And we're going to definitely talk about, what's. I'll let Ark start because I'm going to start fumbling on my words when I don't need to there.
Okay, first band I got a Canadian band, but they did have a couple of minor hits here in the States.
And
Saga.
Saga, yes, that's the first thing came to my mind when you mentioned the Canadian band because I remember the songs. I mean, we all know the album "Worlds Apart," "On the Loose," the big hit single from them. "The Flyer," their follow-up single for the following album, and of course we cannot forget, as I mentioned, the album "Silent Night" and the song "Don't Be Late." I remember way back when, way before they got signed to a major label there. I guess it was I guess it was in 81, 82 when I first saw that video for that track there on the old MTV.
Yeah, they were largely successful in Canada, and I don't know why. Besides On the Loose, they didn't make it big here.
I don't know. Some bands at times don't really make it big here, but they make it big everywhere else. Let me give you an example. The Tragically Hip, Canada's biggest band, which unfortunately decided to call it quits when their singer got cancer there. He had to go for various treatments of cancer there. They were Canada's biggest band. But here in the States, they were like, ooh, ah. Oh, just a regular band. Sounds pretty good there. Probably only play a couple of clubs here in the States. I remember once some guy from Canada who was at the Shelter nightclub in Detroit. He was like, "Do they have any Tragically Hip?" No, I don't think so. Oh wow, that's like a major crime back in my home with Canada there.
Yeah, there's lots of bands that, for some reason, are really huge in Canada, but just don't make it here. And yet there are others that do just fine.
Or in other
Rush.
countries, like for instance, the band we mentioned on the last episode, Nightwish. They're Finland's biggest band. Hanoi Rocks was big over there as well there, but here in America it was they had a minimum audience. You know, where it's in the thousands over across the seas there. When you think about it.
Yeah, although Nightwish is starting to make a headway here in the States for the most part.
Yeah, it took a long while, that's for sure. There,
Yeah.
But but give them credit, they are due to some success here in the States. All right, and go right ahead.
Next one I got is Soft Machine.
I've heard of that name a couple of times in the old magazine I used to read back in Michigan, Cream magazine.
They've put out a pretty good, I'd say about 10 to 12 albums. They do a lot of psychedelic rock, but they really get into prog rock too.
Ah, I see there.
And my list shows Sparks, and I don't consider them a prog band at all.
Really? I know there's a documentary on those two guys, so Ron and Russell Mael, I think it is there. I know the one that struck me was a keyboard player with that Hitler-like mustache that he used to sport back in the years ago. Dan.
That was his expressionless thing that he did.
Yes, absolutely.
As he was playing.
Exactly. But believe it or not, he was imitated in one of Paul McCartney's videos. The song, Coming Up, the studio version of that. Paul and Linda were portraying all these different characters. They were portraying Frank Zappa. They were portraying Ian Anderson, the Jethro Tull, and of course the keyboard player from Sparks. I think it was Russell or Ron or whoever it was.
Russell.
Russell, yes. And these two brothers, they have released a lot of albums. They actually had a hit with Jane Whelan of the Go-Go's called Cool Places. That was a big hit. And what's kind of funny is that the cover of the album, where it came from, Sparks in Outer Space, had Russell being hit with a pie caught in mid-shot when that picture was taken there.
And that would be harder to do than you would think.
Yeah, it's absolutely. And I guess he had to do it in multiple tries. So at the end, Russell was like, my face is all frosty, all coated and stuff there, and cold either way.
Yeah.
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 But then again, that's how you go, the lengths you go to get that one perfect shot. I can imagine what the guys who modeled for the cover of Wish You Were Here must have went through.
Right.
Yeah, it's a big, interesting story about that there.
How many times are you going to set me on fire?
Well, I understand that album cover, they just had to take the shots, multiple shots, to find out which was perfect there after he was set on fire there, the other guy on the right there. Yeah. And of course they had fire extinguishers, he had to wear a wig, he had to wear some sort of what it's called? I don't know. What's something that they put on your hands or your stuff when you catch on fire? I'm not too sure what it was, but then we got to look it up. It is very interesting how they made that photo, how they did that cover album.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Sparks actually had a few. Like I said, I didn't consider them prog, but they did actually have a pretty decent set of songs.
Yeah. Interesting there.
And the next band is actually one of my all-time favorites, but they're kind of pre-prog. But a lot of people consider them kind of early prog
Wow.
because they did influence prog,
Yeah.
and they were mainly psychedelic. And like I said, they're one of my favorites at the time.
Wow.
Spirit.
Oh, wow. Yes. Randy, California, and the boys there.
Yeah,
But we know their song "Got a Line on You" was a big hit on the radio there. The
yeah,
albums they put it out, and of course we cannot forget the guitarist song there, the instrumental from their first record. You know, apparently being ripped off by Led Zeppelin.
yeah. And it's funny because I read a quote
Usually
from
people
Randy
say,
California that he said he was honored by it, didn't bother him at all,
Yeah, I'm thinking.
and yet, go ahead.
I think it
usually
maybe
people
have been.
say Led Zeppelin is the people that copy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's true there. They have copied so many people there. It's hard to tell which one watched there. So if
I mean,
it's
but
just,
like,
yeah,
real quick, would you dive into that? Like, remember when obviously the Green Man Alicia song? That's a
Fleetwood Mac cover.
Fleetwood Mac cover. So like, was that what Zeppelin was doing? Was just covers, or like were they like taking like riffs, stealing riffs type thing? Or
Well,
what exactly were they?
they basically interpreted. I guess you could say they interpreted different lyrics or different guitar riffs or different this, different that, different hooks here and there into their music there, kind of make it a little bit original or like a new twist on other things. Like we mentioned the last
Right.
time, the song "The Hunter" by Booker T and the MGs, the lyrics from that line being
The
used
Hunter.
in,
It's also a Dawkins song actually.
yeah, but this is a different one there. But this,
But I know what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah, that the lyrics to the Booker T and the MGs track there was interpreted into Zeppelin's "How Many More Times" track, the closing track for their
Right.
first album. And let's
There
not
you go.
forget Scott McKenzie's "San Francisco" being the
I
lyrics
thought
of
you were
that
about to
song.
say.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the most obvious there, right there. But then again, a lot of people like to interpret other people's music into their live sets as well. There, I know
Right.
Marilyn Manson, before he did a song about monkey or something like that, he said, "Everybody's got something to hide except for me and my monkey," which is a Beatles tune there from the White Album.
Go ahead, Art. Sorry about the sidebar.
It's okay.
Oh, that's okay. But Spirit, in their first, Randy California, Ed Cassidy, John Locke, Jay Ferguson, who later had a pretty big solo career,
Yep.
and John Andes, I think was their bass player.
Yeah, Mark Andes.
Mark, yeah.
Mark Andes,
John
yeah.
was the brother that joined later.
And Mark Andes would later join the band Fireflaw on a couple of albums, and then later be the new bass player for Heart in the
Yeah.
80s there. He joined in just around 1983. He started his first album with them was Passion Works and played on until about the 1990s up there.
Of course, the most revered album that Spirit did was 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus.
Which is a pretty interesting cover there.
Spirit, huh?
And
I've heard of them. Let me see.
Yeah. They're known for about that song "I Got a Line on You,"
Yeah,
Spirit Airlines.
which is their
Not
big hits.
which isn't it, well, of course, my opinion, but it's not even one of the best. It's good, but it's not.
Oh, I got
one
a
of
line
the
on
best.
you. Yeah, I got a line on you.
Yep.
And this is '67. They were founded. This is late '60s.
Yes.
Yeah,
early
it's a
70s.
'60s band.
Yeah, it's absolutely there.
Wow.
And also,
Early '70s,
Randy, California.
Yep.
right?
Who's no longer with us. And I guess Ed Cassidy is no longer with us as well there. I guess he
Well,
was
if
considered, he
Ed
was the oldest,
Cassidy was with us. He'd be nearly 100.
yeah, because he was the
Because
oldest member of
When
the
he was
band.
in the group, when he was with the group, he was almost 50.
Yeah.
Yo, back then, like Brown or Ark, in your opinion, '60s, '70s. Let's do that. '60s, '70s. What guitars were they using? You think the Fender Stratocaster or the Gibson Les Paul?
Oh, they
Out of
were.
the
I
two.
guess they were using a lot of them. I guess I know the Stones. Members of the Stones had that Vox teardrop guitar.
Right.
I know Lennon
It's
had
like
his
there's
original.
a thing. It's like I think the the Fender like amp. Obviously, the Fender's American, but like Marshall amps or from overseas. But like it was like a thing. American bands and then British bands like they play certain. One plays the Fender. I guess that'll be American bands play the Fender, but then others play. Is Gibson? Would that be British instrument or no? Are they
I'm
made in
not too
England?
sure, but I know a lot
I
of a
think
few.
that's American.
Is
Man,
it?
possibly.
I
Well,
But
believe so.
there's a thing to where like the Beatles or one of those bands like they always since they're British then they play these certain brand of amps
mhm.
I'm getting to here. But I mean honestly I see a hell of a lot of people playing those Stratocasters.
Yeah.
That,
What
that's
what that was
one of
popular.
And the Les Pauls. I mean it could be even
Well,
honestly guys.
well,
That's
the two people you want to they're the people you want to thank for those guitars being the most picked are, of
Right.
course, Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin. He played a Gibson Les Paul for most of his career, and of course, Jimi Hendrix and Eric Clapton, Pink Floyd's David Gilmour. They played Strats throughout a lot of years of their careers, just
Wookie,
as well. There.
that could be a whole nother show, bro. Just getting to the instrument side of
Oh yeah,
of
we
the
got to
industry.
do that. That's for shizzle, man.
Yeah. But sorry about the sidebars. Go
It's
ahead.
okay
Dom.
there, but it's good that you add them.
Yeah.
next one I got. Spock's beard.
I don't think I heard about that one.
Oh, they're big prog. They actually did a pretty decent cover of Harrison's "Beware of Darkness."
Ah, George Harrison or Harris?
Yeah.
Because oh wow, I didn't know I had a song of that name there. Must have been during his solo years.
Oh, yeah.
I see there.
Well, yeah, it was on. I think it was in All Things Must Pass.
Ah yeah, there. Which by the way got remastered and which got reissued there.
Yeah, that was already a 3-record set. I don't know what in the world it is now.
I know. I think I think the new anniversary edition has a lot more bonus tracks on it. I guess.
Sounds like you need a truck to haul that one around.
That's true there. Well, then again, with all the box sets that are coming out now these days, you're going to need a lot more trucks. There's a box set
Yeah.
there's a box set for Princess 1999. All the Pretenders releases are all on vinyl there.
Wow.
And God knows when I was in Barnes and Noble a couple weeks back, there was all these special editions of the White Album, Let It Be, Magical Mystery Tours, Sgt. Pepper's. And these cost about $50 or $60, believe it or not.
Yeah, the Beatles don't have a whole lot of unreleased material
Yeah,
because I want to say the anthology series, but
that's true there.
a lot of their unreleased material has been released.
That's true there. Yeah, I'm surprised.
Mostly odds and ends.
I know. I'm surprised that the anthology series hasn't been remastered and reprinted in this day and age.
Oh, I'm sure it's coming.
I'm sure, yeah, because when the first one hit, that broke big. All the Beatles, new editions of the Beatles vinyls start coming out all over the place there, because it was all hyped up for the two songs that were included on the first one there, the two new ones,
Right.
"Free as a Bird" and "Real Love."
Yeah, which actually was interesting because they were Lennon recordings, but they were
Saved. Yoko took
Yeah,
those.
and
Yoko
they
took
were
those.
not-
They were basically demos, and Yoko took those two songs, gave it to Harrison, McCartney, and Starr, and he got Jeff Lynne to produce the album, and they produced the songs, and they just reworked it as much as they can,
Yeah.
And you could tell right away when you listen to Real Love how that it was definitely demo-ish.
Yeah.
Lennon's part
Oh.
that was. I mean, it's clear as day when you listen to Real Love that you could hear Lennon's original demo within that track there. All it cut off and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked Free as a Bird.
Yeah, it's a good song there. And the cool videos just as well. Beatles references all over the video there. Including newspaper taxis, the blue meanie, the car wreck mentioned in Day in the Life. All right, and all yours, Ark.
Next, I got a Star Castle.
Hmm.
I only know of one album by that group, but there might have been more.
I think I remember. I think it may have been my sister
Early
or my mom.
70s.
Yeah, it was because I remember hearing the name because I remember there was a T-shirt that we had that was I guess back in the 70s there we had, I think my sister had it. It just said Star Castle with this glittery star multicolored castle there.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the cover of the album,
Oh
actually.
wow.
Yo,
Yeah.
a lot of, I mean, quick sidebar, but a lot of T-shirts, a lot of those band T-shirts. I mean, they're going $250, $300 easy on eBay. A
I
lot of the
know.
old,
Oh
to
yeah.
the '80s stuff, you know. If you can keep a fucking shirt for that long, you know, those many years.
Yeah.
A lot of cutoffs. You know, you can get Van Halen cutoffs, but they still like $150, $200 from '80s and stuff. Judas
Damn.
Priest
Yeah, a lot of
cutoffs,
like-
you know.
Oh yeah.
A lot of that.
And
a
a
lot of
lot.
my concert,
Go ahead.
a lot of my concert T-shirts, I pretty much kept wrapped up, or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
folded
Right.
up in a drawer somewhere because I didn't want to ruin them.
Oh,
So I've got probably, generally concerts I've been to, I probably have 50 T-shirts.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
That's it. Dude, I had so many. When I was in Roseville, Michigan, the amount of concert T-shirts I had was humongous. From David Gilmour to Judas Priest to that's when
Really?
I saw him in '86. It was
But look,
just,
I got one. I got a Van Halen from 1984.
oh nice. I had one as well.
Yeah, I had a few concerts
It's
I
from
went
the
to
year
that didn't get
1984,
the shirts
literally.
that I wished I had of.
Yeah. Would have,
For instance, I went
wow.
when I went and saw Black Sabbath.
Actually,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I
dude,
didn't
look,
get the shirt.
Let me
I
check
got
it out.
I got a Hummer. Look on the screen. I got a Hummer shirt from the '80s. This is
Oh
real.
nice. Hummer. Oh yeah, Hummer guitars. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's like that.
And
Is
this
that
is
company?
the,
Is that I think is that company still around there?
yeah, they are. They are.
Nice, cool. We don't, we got to mention them. Oh wow, that's nice there. Because the one I had when I saw them and back that same year was about yeah I seen them. Yep. Because when I saw them, I got what they call a jersey shirt. When I guess what it was a whole bunch of. I guess it had that one guy with the top hat, the shades
Almost 40
on.
years old, bro.
Wow. And that would be their last tour with Roth up until
See, the
2007
issue
there.
was it had a cosmetic problem. Like they got glue on it.
Ah, I see there. Yeah.
But
Damn.
I only paid like, bro. I only paid like maybe 15. But it was a bid on eBay, and I won. It was like $12 or something.
Oh wow, you got a
But
bargain there.
it is confirmed. It's confirmed. You can tell it's an old shirt, like,
Yeah.
you know, especially with that date.
Oh yeah, definitely. Got to hang that up and get that frame. You know what'd be even better if you were to able to get autographed by the members of Van Halen, including Eddie. That would be a massive collector's item.
Or he's fucking dead, Dr. Brown. So we can't. do
Yeah, I
it.
was gonna say it's gonna be kind of hard to get his his autograph
Rest
now.
in peace, though.
Yeah, I know.
All right, go back to the show. Sorry about that. I
It's
just had to
okay.
show y'all.
Yeah, the other concert I went to that I wished I'd gotten a shirt. I saw McCartney twice.
Oh, nice.
Hmm.
And I didn't get the shirt, and I could kick myself for that one.
Would y'all want to go to the? I don't know if it's. I mean, I think they already went through Texas, though. I mean, because they're saying the Rolling Stones concert. This might be their last go around for real. Like, you know, especially the drummer passing away. Like this, you know, there's like people in the industry that are going to the actual concert. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like roadies and people in the industry. So that means, you know, they have an inkling that this could be their last go around, which they still go, but you know, they are pretty damn old.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, Keith Richard died about 20 years ago, but they forgot to tell him. So they,
Oh, I mean, the best. You know what? The photo I saw on Facebook sums it up. It's Keith Richards with the guitar kneeled down to a little boy, and the caption said, "Keith Richards teaching Willie Nelson how to play guitar." Or better yet, there was a photo of with the Stones, and they added all these medical masks on them. Of course, except for
Right.
Keith.
Right. Keith.
And I remember Jay
Right.
Leno.
Brown, what are you doing, Brown?
I'm laughing. I'm thinking I'm thinking of all the Keith Richards jokes that are out there.
Oh,
I remember Jay
And here
Leno
I go,
said one
just
time,
adding one.
and here's what I got to add this one here for good measure. There was a movie called Meet Joe Black with Anthony Hopkins and Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt was playing Death, coming to claim the life of Anthony Hopkins' character, and
right.
Jay Leno made this little joke saying, well, that's Death. Wow, if Death looks so if Death looks so good, then we owe Keith Richards an apology there.
Yeah.
Didn't he like snort a line of cocaine with his mother's ashes in it or something?
I don't know what he did. The amount
that
of
rumor?
I know that I've heard stories that he had his blood changed because of the amount of heroin he did back in the day.
Right.
That was
I
a
think
long time rumor. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
think your lights go faster than mine.
No, it's only one speed. Yours are better. Yours goes.
Oh,
It'd be cool to
Change
it'd be cool to go to
Well,
one
you would
room and
normally,
go ahead.
you would normally think that blood changing story is not possible, except that somebody that's on dialysis will tell you, well, it probably is,
That's-
because I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with how it works, but generally you've got, what they end up doing is putting a port, if you will, in your arm, and then they stick a needle in your arm, and then another needle in your arm, and remove the blood. It gets filtered, and they put it back in.
oh
But
wow.
obviously not all at once. You'd be laying there all white and skeleton-like.
Oh wow there. Because the only
But
person I know
basically your blood leaves your body, goes into a machine. It plays with it, cleanses it, whatever, and then dumps it back in your system.
I see there, yeah. The only person I know who, other than you, Arknolia, that I ever heard that had that done to them was Denise Matthews, better known as Vanity. Remember from Vanity 6. And she was, this was after she became a born again Christian and a preacher there. She had to have that done to her many times because the amount of drugs that she was doing back in the day.
Well, generally, if you go on dialysis, you're pretty much there for life,
Wow. So she
unless
must.
you get a kidney transplant.
Well, then again, she probably didn't do that because it was a kidney failure that took her life in a few months before Prince died.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
So basically, guys, my
Yeah.
kidneys
Okay.
are.
yeah, not Prince Idol, not the Prince that we used to know. There, the
Go
artist
ahead, go.
Prince. My bad, I should have mentioned that.
Well, basically, guys, my kidneys are toast for
Wow,
the most part.
damn,
And if I don't do this, you're not going to hear from me.
that's true. There, you wouldn't be around.
Yeah.
Do what?
Dialysis,
Wow.
and well, to understand, it's not a fun thing to go through. If I'm correct.
No.
Oh no.
Nope, I understand.
Especially if you
hurt?
don't like needles.
Hmm.
Well, especially if you don't like needles to begin with, because they stick to in your arm.
Pretty deep.
And then obviously, do what?
Pretty deep they go. These needles go into.
I don't watch.
Okay.
All right, let's
I
get
don't
to
want to
the.
see
Okay. Let's go back to the music there before
It'll
we
be
get
all right,
carried away there.
Let's cut-
It'll probably be all right. I mean, I'm glad, Ark. We can provide some.
How'd you get on dialysis?
Hold on,
Art?
Keith, please. I'm glad, Ark, that we can
Well,
be.
I'll tell him real quick.
we can be some
Basically,
sort
my
of.
kidneys-
Wait, please, Ark. I'm glad we can be some sort of, companionship to you. You know what I mean? Me, Brown, and doing these shows with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like,
Yeah.
you have a good time
interesting
doing that
diversion.
stuff.
And I got to pass on my knowledge.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
true.
Next one's interesting because I never considered him a prog artist, but thinking on his work, it's kind of like, hey, maybe I can see that. Al Stewart.
Oh yeah. Interesting
'Cause
guy.
You're the
The
Cat.
year of the cat. Yeah, the year
Time
of the
Yeah,
cat.
pass.
that does sound
Yep, time
proggy.
passages as well. Two of his best songs. I had a old cassette copy of the Year of the Cat album when I was living in Richmond. There, pretty good stuff there. And the interesting about this guy is that instead of writing love songs or "Baby I Love You" that kind of stuff, he often wrote about historic figures in a lot of his songs. There was a couple mentioned on the Year of Cat album there, just as well there. It was mostly folk.
Yeah.
It was mostly leans towards the soft rock direction back in the 70s there when those songs
Yeah.
came out. But definitely top notch. Those songs still good to this very day, especially Year of the Cat.
And the interesting thing is, I didn't consider him prog until I thought about it. I was like, well, I could see a case for that,
Yeah,
actually.
true. Yeah.
Is he on any official prog list?
They're the one I'm looking at.
Okay.
It's more like prog folk either way. If not necessarily folk, but it's more like I said, prog soft rock. The best way to describe them as, because a lot of times the old soft rock stations years before, all these bands like Imagine Dragons or Nick Jonas or the stuff that they're playing on the current stuff on the current playlist. This was the stuff they would play back in the day, along with the stuff like Olivia Newton-John and Michael Bolton.
Mm.
Yeah,
Did you say
You're the Cat.
Jonas?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Keith.
Did you say Nick? Did you say Nick Jonas?
Oh, Keith.
Oh.
Olivia Newton-John.
I said both. Yes, Nick Jonas. He's off. He's
Oh, you
currently
did?
what? Yes, because he's
He's not-
current.
There's no. He's pop. Nick Jonas is pop.
Yeah, but that's what the but he's currently one of the artists that the soft rock stations play today.
Yes.
Oh.
Wait, are this two Nick Jonases, like an older one, or Brown? Are you talking about the pop star Nick Jonas?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Keith.
Yeah,
I thought you were.
The interesting thing about Year of the Cat was it ran about 6 minutes, which was unusual for that to be played on the radio.
Yeah. Which
That's a
is,
good song.
it is absolutely there. But then again, there a lot of radio stations or FM rock stations were playing "Hey Jude," which ran 2 minutes over that time period there.
Yeah, that run 7.5 or something
Yep.
like that. I
Yes,
don't
it
recall
was.
exactly.
Yes, and it's imagined, and it was that take usually at 45 would take up usually goes about 4 or 5 minutes there on the track there, and they were able to fit the whole track on that 45, which I had.
Yeah, because radio station didn't want to play a song unless it was at or around 3 minutes
Yeah. So you can
for a
imagine.
long time.
So you can imagine they probably had to do some cutting off the track when they started when they started to na 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 na. They had to probably edit that out.
Yeah.
Damn.
On Hey Jude.
Yes.
What's another long ass song? I mean, Stairway. You know, but they don't really play it on the radio, do they? Or do they play a shortened version?
No, the
No,
stairway.
they play the regular version on FM
Oh,
stations.
they did that, and they played
Why?
that a lot of times, many times.
Metallica 1's pretty long, right?
Yeah, pretty. I think it's about 7 minutes. Yes.
Yeah.
I guess
Of
Radio
course,
Rock.
you're talking about songs they play on the radio, right? Because I can get you a lot longer songs.
Yeah.
Child in Time was 10 minutes.
Was he, was Al Stewart homosexual?
No, I don't think he was.
Oh,
no.
okay.
I
I
think
he has
it,
a list when he sings.
Mhm.
Playing the song for the audience.
Well, he's a Scottish dude, so it's, I guess that comes along with it.
Oh, he was English, right?
Yeah, Scottish, English, he
Ah.
was definitely.
Well, there's this one song on the radio by Brothers Osborne. It's called "Sailor Along." It's like 4 minutes on the radio, but the album version is 5 minutes 36 seconds.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, radio stations are good about requesting songs to be cut so they can play them on the radio.
Yeah, they do that.
And a lot of times the cut version. That's why I always tell people, if you look up certain songs, look up for the album or the long version. Don't get the single version.
Yeah, go for the whole full album version because there's a lot more on the album version that you don't even know about. That's on the
Right.
single version there.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay, on with the list
Next-
there.
Next one I got is the Straubs.
I heard. I think I never heard about that. I've never hear. Yes, I have heard that name before a few times in the past.
They were a British 1970s symphonic prog band with strong folk roots.
I see.
And they were pretty good. I've heard some of their stuff.
I see there. Wow.
Now the next group I'm only naming, I don't know who they are, nothing about them, but I only naming them because their name is peculiar.
Mm-hmm.
Stolen Babies.
Oh my God.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what
Are
I
you
thought when
sure?
I
That's
saw
the name of the band.
Right.
Never
That's
heard of
Scott
that before.
McKinnon's- That's
What?
Scott
I've never
McKinnon's
heard of them,
favorite
but
song.
Wait, but how? What's Keith?
That's Scott McKinnon's favorite song or band.
Stolen Babies? Huh?
Yeah, because he wants to. In that Alien song, it's I want to eat your babies.
Oh my
I want to
God.
babysit your kid.
Oh, Keith, this isn't a
Uh,
drama show. This isn't a drama show. Come on.
No.
Go ahead, Art. No, but that was a good one, though. We'll save it for the drama.
Yeah,
that-
I'm looking that up right now. It's an experimental rock band out of the USA.
Really? Huh.
Yes, they are.
I would have figured they were from England or somewhere like that.
Oh, I see it. I got the Wikipedia up on here, and it's consisting of a vocalist and accordionist Dominique Lenore Persai, bassist and guitarist Rani Sharon with an E at the end there, and drummer
Right.
Gil Sharon. I go with the same last name as the other guy there.
Yeah.
And they're from California. They're like dance rock, experimental, progressive, or experimental rock or metal. They started in
I just thought the
2001.
name
They
was
just,
kind of,
I know it's pretty much there. Yeah, that's a trip name.
it got my notice.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, next band is interesting, and perhaps we should have devoted a show to them. Styx.
Oh my God.
Shit, Mars, you got to call. This is like one of Mars's favorite bands, bro.
Oh yeah.
This band
Here, let me
is
message him right
definitely
now.
prog.
Yes, get him on the call. We don't know. It's been a while, man. We got to get him on the show for the rest of the program there. Definitely.
I guess
he's
there's
supposed to
something
be
like-
going live. He's supposed to be going live in 2 hours, so maybe we can fit in the drama show in for an hour.
All right. Nice.
Before he goes.
All right.
Yeah, there was 2 or 3 different versions of Styx. The
Yeah.
first albums were on a label called Wooden Nickel.
Yes, I remember. That's when the song "Lady" was issued. It was her second record, Styx 2.
Oh my God.
Some neighbors, but we had back in Roseville had that original album there.
It's a good album.
Yeah.
And actually, they did 3 albums on Wooden Nickel because I forgot about Serpent is Rising.
Oh wow. And then they later signed to A&M Records, and one of the original guitar players was replaced with Tommy Shaw.
Yes.
Dennis DeYoung and James Young have been with the group since the beginning.
Yep.
Of course, Dennis is no longer there.
Yeah. It's,
So yeah, let me get my piece in here real quick about that issue.
Yeah.
Obviously the touring Styx band now is led by Tommy Shaw and who else?
James
James
J.Y.
Young.
James J.Y. Young. The other
Dennis
guitarist.
DeYoung, he does tour. I mean, he looks like an old man. He's pretty old, but
Yeah.
he tours solo.
Yeah.
And if you look that up on YouTube, I mean, there's like 2018 stuff, 2017 stuff, kind of recent stuff. He still has that voice. He really does.
Yeah.
What's
Unfortunately, the problem was, you still
the
be
issue with that? What's the issue with, like, why did they break up? Let's break that down. Like, what's the issue with,
well, because
most
then,
of the songs was DeYoung's voice, right?
yeah, it was.
Yeah, but DeYoung was wanting to go one way. Shaw and Young were wanting to go another way with the band.
Yeah.
And
Right.
they couldn't get it together.
Yeah, so, but the thing is, Dennis DeYoung he's kind of like one of those theatric. He wants to keep doing those theatric albums, like Paradise Theater, concept albums, like Kilroy was here. Almost every album had to be had to have some sort of a theme, the theatrical kind of stuff there. He was like living the prog rock, momentum there, And
Yeah,
I
Sean
guess,
Young wanted just to rock.
yeah, absolutely there. So there was a lot of conflict going on up there. And I guess what it was when he got back together, it was about prepared to do a tour. D Young was contracting. I don't know they found out that he was like skin sensitive or light sensitive because he had to see 16 doctors because his skin was getting irritated every time he would come off stage there. So when it was come time to planning the tour, Dennis Young was like, I bet everyone wants to know what I have to say there. And and Tommy Shaw said in an interview when D Young said that, his heart sank. So that's when the conflict really started. Basically, D Young wanted it his way or the highway, and the rest of the Sticks said, "What they decided to go the highway." Now, the guy they got in this place is a very interesting individual. He's from Canada, Lawrence Gowan. You may remember the song "A Criminal Mind" from 1985. That was one of his big hits. It was minor here in the U.S. That they still, by the record, Styx still performs "A Criminal Mind" occasionally. I guess, from what I understand, there's a live version of the video of that song being performed there. But Gowan, he's released a lot of albums in his native Canada, and now he's currently the new singer and a keyboardist for Styx.
Mm-hmm.
And they're one of their bass players who rejoined the band. They got two bass players, the current one and the original, Chuck Palazzuto. He's HIV positive.
What?
Yeah, he's
Didn't want to.
yeah.
Wait, what is Dave Rose saying about? Hold on, Dave Rose. He's saying he ruined Styx. Gowan? Who's Gowan?
Lawrence Gowan, yes.
Who is that now?
He's the guy who did that song I remember that I told you about, "A Criminal Mind" from an album
Oh
called
yeah.
"A Criminal" from 1985. Great song there, by the way.
And Brown. I mean, you agree, Brown, that he ruined Styx? That's what Dave Rose saying.
I don't
Very
know.
controversial.
Well,
He took him in a different direction.
yeah.
Mm.
This
That's
is what Mars said, not Dave.
Oh.
okay.
Dave
But
just said Mars said this.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
All right, there. Let me look up the bass player from
They
Styx.
weren't the same band once D Young left.
Yeah, that's true.
One of those Pinozzo brothers died.
Yeah, the
Guess it was the
John
drummer.
Pinozzo. Yes, Pinozzo. Let me got him right now. John Pinozzo died, and there was a tribute to him by the group there. He's now Chuck. He's a longtime member of the group. He founded with his drummer John, who died in 1996, along with D Young as well. And I'm going to look up the situation here. He toured part-time from 1999 to 2003 to an ongoing illness, has returned with the band as a regular bassist since that. He shares the duties with their current bassist, Ricky Phillips, both on stage and in the studio. Now, he's homosexual. He spoke with
Jesus.
he has been campaigning for AIDS awareness and gay rights. It was announced that in 2001 that he was living with the HIV virus. He spoke with a magazine called Frontiers for the first time about his decision to come out. And the following year, he released his autobiography, The Grand Illusion, Love, Lies, and My Life with Styx. He is openly gay since 2001. And we never knew that. I didn't know that myself until I heard of it. I was surprised to find out that he was HIV positive. Like, holy cow, dude.
Now, in Mars, with what Mars said, I gotta think he's kind of right, because when everybody looks at Styx, they look at that middle chunk of albums with the Young as being their best stuff.
The A&M catalog.
You know that the Grand Illusion album?
Yeah.
What chunk was that in? Because that's not a bad album.
Yeah.
It's a good album.
Mm-hmm.
What year was all that, Keith? Look up Grand Illusion Styx.
I believe it was
78?
19. I think it was 77, if I'm correct. 'Cause
77? All right.
78 was Pieces of Eight, where they had
Right.
where they had those two women on Easter Island there.
And Grand Illusion's one with Come Sail Away on it, right?
Yep, that's correct. Which was memorialized in that episode of South Park.
Yeah. That's probably the best known Styx song.
Absolutely. And still,
Oh,
and
Mr. Roboto.
yeah, that song got a rejuvenation when it was featured in this commercial there. I forgot what it was for, but that song was part of the Kilroy is Here concept album, the concept
Yeah.
story about the banning of rock and roll.
Pons Brown. Remember that the stuff for your face called Pons?
Yes. Yes, I remember that. Yes.
Commercial for that, I think.
Mm. No, it was something else there. I think it may have been some sort of I forgot what it was. I have to look up Mr. Roboto commercial on YouTube. I guess they probably have it there.
Yeah, I can't think of what
Let me look it
that
up
would
right
be
now.
selling.
Yeah,
Let
look
me.
at that.
Okay, I'll look it up right now. There. Come on, come on, come on.
But during that golden era, I guess you'd call it, they had a lot of hit singles come out during that time,
Yeah.
and yet they still remain true to being proggish.
Ah, it's the Volkswagen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have the guy. The guy
Domo,
just.
domo. Domo, domo.
And I'm going to read the comments up there. Just read. Tony Hale said in an interview, I guess he was one of the actors, that the other song choice was Rock Me Amadeus by Falco. Thank goodness he didn't pick it because it wouldn't fit in the Arrested Development universe. Yep, there it is. Yep, Volkswagen. That's really, what it was featured in. One of their earlier commercials there. Okay, your turn, Ark.
Supertramp,
Oh yeah, and this was
another
an all,
group we could spend some time on.
and they were mostly a keyboard group there when you look at it there.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah,
Can't remember Roger Hodgson was their main guy, but they actually had two of them that were
yeah,
big.
yeah. He was the one who did sang on the most of the songs like Dreamer, the Logical song, Take the Long Way Home. And he had albums like Crime of the Century, Famous Last Words. Next door neighbor Robert, who lived with next door to us when we lived in Roseville, he got tickets to see them and to meet them backstage there. He had an interesting time backstage with the band there. As far as the show, he said it was kind of like a so and so there and blah 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 there. But then again, Supertramp wasn't one of those high energy rock stars like David Lee Roth or Ozzy Osbourne was back in the day. They're mostly, remember, they sat behind their keyboards, and playing, doing their songs. That's about it there.
Yeah. I'm wondering if we have enough time to do the teas.
I don't know. Let me look up something here. Something
Let's
is
save it for next time.
okay.
How many
Yeah,
teas
that's a
do you
good
have?
idea.
That's true. Yeah, it's almost an
It's
hour.
a fairly large number of them. I kind of ran through the list here, and I skip a few here and there, but even doing that, there's enough of them here that it'll take a while.
Mm.
All right, there. I want to look up something here I saw in your chat. I want to find out if it's true or not.
Who's Chad?
Oh no, your YR chat. Somebody. All right. Somebody said in your chat, J.R. Ford III said, "Rest in peace. Rob Halford died tonight in London of a stroke." And I'm looking
No,
on the
fuck
wiki.
that.
Wow.
Yeah,
No.
and he's still alive.
Well,
Was I
that's
look-
Wikipedia. They don't do current.
Hold on.
Oh, they do. Yeah, they do. They actually were waiting for there was pending for at the
No,
moment
I
there.
don't see. Yeah, I don't see anything on
Yep.
that. That
So,
would've done it.
Mr. Ford, you are full of shit.
Well, now it could have happened and just been released, and it hadn't really, got
Yeah.
out.
Because we're not. Because usually when I look at the internet when Lemmy died, I looked first found on Facebook. That's
He
why I
says,
looked it
"Oh,
up.
he says just kidding." He said, "Just kidding" right after that.
Don't do that, dude.
Dude.
Come on.
I mean, I do that sometimes myself.
All right, there.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
Shame on you, J.R.
Oh,
Ford.
great.
You dork. You dorkwad.
All right.
Jeez, dude.
Well,
Sorry,
well,
it's actually kind of funny, but you know.
Dr. Brown, we're going to do this Dirty Ron podcast pre-hype show, drama show. We'll dive into that and stuff like that. Let's do like about an hour because they're going to go on in
Okay,
an hour. So
yeah,
I don't want to go live
absolutely.
over
We'll
them,
do that.
but
All right,
get it in
so
an hour.
tell you what, we'll end the show tonight, and we'll resume the list on this coming Monday, as always. There, same times, same bat time, same bat station there, and then of course
Right.
we'll go live with you, YR, on my channel
Right.
there, so we could get this out of the way there. All right, there. We'll end it for the time being. There, it's about 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. For YR, Keith Barber, and Arknolia Stroke of Bean, and myself, you guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening. You have a good one. We'll see you
Thank you,
next
brothers.
Monday. Okay, thank you as well.
Thank you, Arknolia. Thank you, Arknolia.
All
brother.
right, bye-bye.
Hey, no problem, man.
All right.
We'll talk to you guys. I'm going to leave too because I actually have to get up in the morning real early because I've got a day